It's rivalry rematch night between the Flyers and the Penguins. They played each other on Saturday night, with the Flyers winning in a shootout by a 4-3 score. Tonight, they play in the Wells Fargo Center to see if the Flyers can take 2 straight from their cross-state rivals. I'm Charlie O'Connor with PHLY Sports, and it's time for my post-practice, post-morning skate update, preparing you for tonight's game between the Flyers and the Penguins. And in truth, not many changes. The only major change for the Flyers lineup, Carter Hart comes in net. Sam Ersson obviously had a great game on Saturday, but Carter Hart remains the Flyers' primary starter, so he will jump in to the net for the Flyers. The rest of the lineup, though, exactly the same. So expect to see the same 6 defensemen. So we're talking about Cam York and Travis Sanheim on the top pair. We're talking about Nick Seeler and Sean Walker on pair 2. And then we're talking about Mark Stahl and Rasmus Ristolainen on pair number 3. Igor Zamola and Louis Belpedio will sit again. Interesting talk about Rasmus Ristolainen, though. He's obviously coming back from a recent injury that kept him out for the entirety of the start of the year. Still kind of trying to find his footing, but in truth, he's been pretty impressive. And John Tortorella did praise him today just for his steady play, for the fact that, he's been reliable thus far, and for the fact that, in all honesty, he's kind of exceeded, I think, expectations of the coaching staff coming back from an injury that kept him out for over a month to begin the year. However, I did ask Tortorella if the fact that Ristolainen has gotten off to such a good start in a lower role, in a third pair role, does that mean that they might try to find a way to move him further up the lineup? Obviously, last year, he spent most of the year in a top 4 role. His first season, he was in a top 4 role with the Flyers as well. So are they going to try to maneuver things to get him back up into a top 4 role? The problem being, in that regard, Travis Sanheim doing very well as a right shooting defenseman on the right side, even though he's a lefty. And then Sean Walker, as I said to Torts in my question, he's been a revelation on that second pair. Torts said, look, Risto, for now, he's going to stay on that third pair. That he doesn't want to mess with Sanheim on the right side. He doesn't want to move Sean Walker down, that Walker deserves the ice time he's getting. And Ristolainen, for now, is going to stay on that third pair. But he did say, expect to see Ristolainen getting maybe some power play time, and we did see that at practice today. Ristolainen was on what I guess would be considered to be the second unit with Brink, Atkinson, Tippett, and Scott Lawton. With Cam York on the top unit, that means that Travis Sanheim maybe not getting power play time for at least the next few games. John Tortorella said, look, Sanheim hasn't been great on the power play. It hasn't all been him, though. However, Sanheim's been getting a lot of minutes, and I think they're starting to worry a little bit that Sanheim's play might be dipping just a bit because of the workload that he's been shouldered with. Taking him off the power play, especially with Ristolainen back, to see what Risto can do on it. Obviously, he had success there in that spot with Buffalo. Jack Eichel certainly helped in that regard, but Ristolainen has produced points on the power play before, so give him a look and use that to maybe bump Sanheim's minutes down from 25 minutes a night to maybe something like 24, 23. Maybe that'll help the rest of his game. But really, those are the only serious updates. I did have a good conversation with Sam Ersson today, just to talk to him about the fact that his play has improved really since the start of November. So keep an eye out on allphly.com for maybe an article on him in the coming days and or weeks. But beyond that, just keep an eye out. We will have our post-game show after tonight's game, potentially after a second straight Flyers win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. So keep an eye out for that on our YouTube channel. Check out allphly.com for all of my stories. I almost certainly will be doing one on tonight's game. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
We all silly like the mayor.